Hey everyone, welcome back to my house. Today I'll be reviewing Lilo and Stitch. That's right, I'm back with my Disney movies, so I hope everyone who's fans of the Disney movies are happy for that, because yeah, I'm just going to be reviewing these Disney movies for the next couple of weeks. Obviously, some exceptions with X-Men 97 and probably the new Lantern show. But yeah, primarily Disney movies, and I'm probably moving on to Pixar eventually. But yeah, let's just jump straight into this review. I hope you guys are having a good one. And yeah, I just want to say this is my first time watching this movie, unlike some of my previous movies. Yeah, I was definitely surprised by this movie, and I did not expect it to be, I guess, crazy. Like, I didn't know there was gonna be so much going on in this plot, especially like all the space stuff. So it definitely was surprising. But overall, I think I had a good time with this movie, but I don't think it lived up to the expectations that everyone said because I had a lot of friends go like the movie, and I seen a lot of people online say how good this movie was. So I had some pretty high expectations. But yeah, let's start with positives. One of the main ones is how funny it is. Besides maybe Hercules or Hades, because he's in that, and Hades is so funny. But besides that, I think it's definitely the funniest one. I can't think of another one that comes close. Maybe Aladdin, but not even really. Prickly, I think, and the other alien, they were so funny throughout the entire movie. Even Lilo, Nani, like all the characters are just so funny. Like the comedy definitely helped this movie keep going, and I had a really fun time just laughing all the time. Yeah, I think enjoyability is probably one of my highest positives. And yeah, I mentioned Nani and Lilo. I think their dynamic is great. Like Nani just trying to keep Lilo, her family the entire time. Ahanami's family stays together no matter what. Like I love the characters in this movie, and yeah, I think their sibling sister dynamic was great. Like they make the entire movie for me. Like that's the entire plot, in my opinion. Seeing him become a part of the family slowly, and how similar Stitch is to Lilo, how they both feel like outcasts. I think it's a really great message, and show the importance of family and how anyone could be family. And I just really enjoyed that throughout the movie. Like I said, the characters really played a big part of this movie for me, along with the comedy. And honestly, that's my main positive about this movie. I think it really is a character centered movie, which is a big positive and a negative, which I'll get into. But yeah, I think the more you enjoy these characters, the more you enjoy this movie because I feel like the characters definitely carry the movie. So if you're not as invested in the characters and theme, you might not enjoy this as much. But if you love them, I think you could easily give this movie even a higher score than me. I was a big fan of them, but maybe not the biggest, but I still enjoyed their dynamic, all the characters' growth. And, Stitch is just so funny too, and just Lilo and Stitch, Nani, all the characters to be honest. I love them all. So yeah, the characters definitely played a big factor and was the entire movie for me. And yeah, I guess that brings me to my main con of this is I feel like the plot isn't anything too crazy. Obviously not the character plot. That's amazing. Like I've been glazing the characters for this entire time. But more just the space plot in general. I don't think they spent a lot of time on it, so it feels really underdeveloped and rushed. But even then, I feel like the movie really doesn't take itself that seriously. Like it kind of feels like they don't really want to focus on that plot and they really just want to focus on the story plot. So I feel like at that point they might as well just write the story differently instead of just I don't know, not taking that plot seriously and being like, oh, we're a kids movie, we could just, leave it as an underdeveloped plot instead and, just rush some things and just focus on this one other plot. And in some instances, I'm fine with that, but I think it really depends how rushed that plot feels and how underdeveloped, which I feel like, especially towards the end, it does feel a bit underdeveloped, like Prickly and the other alien join in to help find Lilo, and then there's like a whole space battle, and like people are fine with aliens and stuff like that. Like I feel like the more you think about the overall plot of this movie, at least for me, I dislike it more. But I feel like if you really just focus on this character plot and don't focus as crazy on the alien stuff, then I think you'll enjoy it a lot more. But since I'm really plot heavy, as you could tell if you watch all of my other reviews, I enjoy a really good plot, and I feel like the main plot obviously was the characters. It's a character centered thing, but there's other plot to it, and and that plot affects some of the other characters, like the aliens, the undercover FBI agent the entire time that I guess knew Stitch was an alien but didn't say anything. I was still a bit confused by that, but yeah, it just really does bother me. I do feel like I don't want to say this as an insult, but I do feel like if you turn off your brain for the alien stuff, then I think you could really enjoy this movie a lot more, and you could just focus on the important character stuff and themes and stuff because that stuff is amazing. I just wish they were able to give that same attention to the other plot that's probably the primary plot of it. I mean, this is what started the movie, and they introduced that whole plot. So I feel like you gotta end that off strong, especially for the ending. I feel like that's when it really started to bother me when they just try to close everything up super fast. Like it definitely felt rushed, the other plot, and that they just decided to focus more on the characters, which I said is fine, but you really still do gotta focus on that other plot a good amount. At least in my opinion. Like I said, if you really like the characters, I think that plot will bother you a lot less. So the more you like the characters, the higher your rating of this movie will be. And I enjoyed them, but I didn't enjoy them that much. Yeah, I still will say there's still great moments like Stitch at the end saying like, "Oh, Hanami's family," him asking if he could like stay to be with the family, and then becoming a family at that. And I love that, but it's just that plot stuff with the alien stuff. It just really took me out of the movie for me personally, as someone who's really invested in plot centered movies. And I don't see why you can't have a good plot and a good character plot at the same time. I really feel like you can't pick or choose. But yeah, that's like my main complaint about it. Everything else about this movie, I really did have a fun time watching it and stuff like that. I still don't think it's the most rewatchable. I mean, it is really funny. I still don't think I would want to rewatch it as much as some of the other Disney movies, especially with the whole alien stuff. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. But all right, overall, my rating for Lilo and Stitch is a 7.5 out of 10. I was hoping the ending was going to hit a bit harder so I could push it to an 8. I really did want to give it an 8 because of how many people glazed it, but I just couldn't because of, I'm not going to go into it again, but though alien plot thing towards the end and how everything feels rushed. But other than that, I enjoyed a good time with it. I still wouldn't say I regret watching it. I still had a fun time with it and I enjoyed the characters. But yeah, I was just hoping the plot would take itself more seriously and enjoyed the movie even more with that. And I'm sure some people are gonna be like, oh, this is a kids movie, doesn't need a serious plot. But I really do feel like they're at least all the other movies on my list take the plot seriously. And, like Lion King, I feel like has an amazing plot. Aladdin, even Hercules to some extent. I just don't think any plot of any of the Disney movies takes a turn like this, where it kind of uses its excuse as a kids movie to excuse bad writing. Really did bother me. But yeah, talking about the other movies, it's time for my ranking, and obviously I would put it above the trash sequels and whatever. I honestly really do think it's around the same level as Lion King 2, but I really do think that would be disrespectful putting Lion King 2 over Lilo and Stitch. And I probably enjoy Lilo Stitch more. And it really is kind of like in the ballpark of Mulan, Lion King 2 ish. I still think Mulan is better, maybe not plot wise or sorry, character wise, because I feel like the characters, like the dragon, isn't that good in Mulan. But Mulan's character writing is really excellent, and I feel like that definitely carries a lot. And it still has a more basic, I guess, plot, but it sticks to it and takes it seriously, so it doesn't bother me as much. But yeah, I could go either or for these, but I think I'll just go Mulan just because I enjoy her character a lot more, and the Lilo and Stitch ending thing with the aliens and stuff just bothered me. So yeah, it's not a top 5 movie. I know people are gonna be pretty mad about it, but yeah, I think it's definitely the worst one I've saw so far. I still enjoyed it, of course, but definitely the worst one out of, the main movies, not including the sequels. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's my Lilo and Stitch review. Next week, I'll be doing an X-Men 97 Season 1 and Season 2 review, since I just caught up to that. And yeah, so I hope you guys are excited for that. And then we're going to go right back to Disney movie reviews. I think I'm watching The Emperor's New Groove or, calm it down something else. And I'll start that instead. But if no one else has any other suggestions, I'll just be going on with the tentative schedule I posted. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good one. And I'll see you guys on the next one.